As a man, it's one thing to deal with the fact that your girl cheated on you. However, it matters who she cheats on you with. Let's keep it all the way a buck. It's not all the same. Now, if your woman cheats on you with a complete stranger, of course you're gonna be hurt, whatever. But if a woman cheats on you with someone that is close to you, like your homeboy, your relative, or a bandmate, that shit will burn forever. Omarion's baby mother, Apryl Jones, explains why she cheated on him with his bandmate, Lil Fizz. Let's get into that.
One thing I want you to address is obviously one of the most controversial things that happened on the show was you dating Omarion's bandmate Fizz.
Okay.
And a lot of people felt like, oh my gosh, girl, that is like the biggest no-no. How dare you? What's going on? I've never heard you explain it to the point in terms of like what happened. And I do reality television, and I know that you're not able to see everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to ask you questions based on what I saw on the show, because that to me isn't necessary when it comes to that sensitive situation. And I just want you to be able to explain to the world their curiosity into like, how does that happen? You did say in an interview before that Fizz was there for you emotionally as a friend, and then things happens.
Well, I think that people watch reality TV and then their timing and all of that. Like when me and O did the show, that was 2014, 13 going into 14, because I was pregnant with Mega. And then you're talking about me not going back on the show to 18, 19. So it was like 5 years that had already passed of not being on the show. And there was a lot of stuff personally that transpired between that time, right? Wasn't like, yes, cool, in a band together. But like, what does that look like behind closed doors? Are they really friends? Do they really spend time together? All the things, like, we have to take all that into consideration. At that time, me and Drew really did become good friends from the show, me coming back onto the show. And I was dealing with so much at the time, like so much going through court with BD. Like it was just a lot of things happening for me. What I will say, is that I'm grateful for him at that time, because I didn't have any family. I don't have any family here, but he was a friend.
Yo, this shit is crazy. Look, fellas, never trust a woman with a bull nose ring. That's a red flag. That woman is rebellious and she thrives in dark energy. Let me explain something to you, bro. A woman is prone to smash the closest dude to you, whether it's your best friend, your homie. For some strange reason, if a woman is upset with you and she despises you, she's gonna smash your best friend if he's available, or a dude that's close to you. A lot of times, if you end up going to jail, guess who your girl will seek comfort from? The person who is closest to you. And women like that, bro, over here we call them birds. Because a virtuous woman, regardless of what, will refrain from that type of action. But the thing about a bird ain't got no morals. She ain't got no standards. She's indisciplined. And when a woman lacks those qualities, They are not sacred. They don't respect relationships. So based on the fact that she never respected the relationship in the first place, she don't see nothing wrong with her actions. Like, listen to this woman, yo. She's trying to justify smashing her baby father, friend, and his bandmate after she had 2 kids by him. Forget about him. What about your kids? How do you explain that to your kids? But again, that's why over here we call women like this birds. Because a bird only cares about herself. She don't care about anybody emotions around her. Shit is crazy.
Someone who made sure that I was good. Like if I needed anything, if I wasn't getting sleep, you know what I mean? And I was literally at my wit's end, he'd be like, maybe you need, he was there. He was there. And so I will say that I'm grateful for him in that time frame. And yeah, things were intimate between me and him, obviously, clearly. But that was a real life that I was living. It wasn't anything trying to get back at at the time. O was far gone. I mean, we hadn't been together already at that point, like I said.
Shorty, it was. Stop lying. That shit was low down and classless. All because you was angry and bitter. You try to hit that man where it hurt. Nothing is worse than a bitter woman, bro. This is the type of chick, if she breaks up with a man, fuck him. His dick was little. A bird will always try to hit you where it hurts, bro. Again, they thrive in darkness, negative energy.
For 5-6 years, like it wasn't a thing. You know, my real life was happening here, and as a woman who was vulnerable and who was going through a lot of things at the time, I just feel like he was there as someone that I trusted in that time of my life. And I didn't feel or see anything wrong with it. I wasn't married. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I had kids. They're not.
Till this day, you didn't see anything wrong with it. Look at her face, bro. Women like this are evil, bro. Just look at the evil look on her face right now. You got 2 kids by Omarion. He's the father of your kids. Your kids are getting older every day. And instead of being the bigger person and apologizing, you ain't got to do it for O, but do it for your kids. Don't let your kids be confused out here. But again, a bird is very selfish. She only cares about her emotions, nobody else.
Cool. Like, to me at that time, it didn't feel, it didn't feel wrong. Now, while I can understand the world's perspective, while I could see it stepping outside and what that looks like, I get it and I respect it. You know what I mean? We are now in, what is it, 2025, about to be 2026. You're talking about 6 years now has gone by. And there has been a lot of evolution within me, a lot of growth. And that situation is something that I can also look back on and be like, man, like emotionally where I was, maturity in where I was, and like even where me and O are now. And like, so it was a time in my life where, yeah, there was a lot that was happening and I was, extremely vulnerable, but I wouldn't change it based on the circumstances that I was in at the time.
This shit is sick, bro. This is why, as men, you gotta pay attention to a woman's spirit. Don't focus on the outside, because a lot of women look pretty on the outside, right? A woman who is a sex worker is pretty. A woman who is a video vixen is pretty. A woman who is on the strip slanging that thing is pretty. But a woman who is a quality woman is not only pretty on the outside, she's going to be pretty on the inside. And that's why she's going to be put up somewhere and she's going to be somebody's wife. So as a man, you can't go off of external factors when it comes to women. You can't go off of what you see on the outside, bro. You got to pay attention to a woman's spirit, who you are internally, what you about. That's why, like, when I meet a woman, I'm never impressed by what's on the outside. Now, of course, everybody wants a woman who's pretty. So, of course, it matters the fact that she's beautiful on the outside. But if her inside doesn't match her beauty on the outside, she's no good to me. I'm scared of women like that. Because women like that refuse to take accountability, and they are governed by negative energy. They have a very demonic spirit about themselves. I'm talking about women who looks beautiful on the outside, but they are ugly on the inside. There are a lot of women like that out here, and there are a lot of men who are intrigued by those women. And those women will always do you all dirty. And this woman is a perfect example of one. And the thing about women like this, they never age beautiful. They always depreciate the way they are inside. Now, back in the day, Shorty was a piece. Look at her now. Just look at her, bro. This shit is sad. She refused to take accountability for her actions. At least, yo, apologize. She's talking about, and I don't regret it one bit. You smashed your baby father, bandmate, his friend, someone who he brought around his kids. Do you know how low down and classless a woman gotta be to do that? And this is what I always tell you guys, man. If a woman is on a podcast, she's who she is. She's on this podcast to keep putting down Omarion. And that's the thing about a woman like this, bro. They will always try to put down the man who was the best to them. The man who decided to save them. In their mind, he's a sucker. And they will always try to crush a sucker. And she's uplifting Fizz, a dude who did some sleazy shit. That's who she's praising. A guy who saw an opportunity. Like, oh shit, O is going through some shit with his baby moms, man. That was the best time to move in. That's some sucker shit, bruh. But that's who she's praising. Women like this will always praise the fuck boys. They will always praise the dogs. But the honorable dude who is good to them, they're gonna always shit on that dude. Trust.
Just like any, like I said, woman who has someone who's a friend and a person that you trust, like that's a person that you could fall in love with. It's a person who you're going to tell your deepest and darkest secrets to, and who's gonna listen. And I think that's just kind of what it was at the time, you know?
Did you fall in love with Fizz?
No, Fizz was not my type.
Okay.
Fizz was a great friend. Fizz was someone I felt safe with. But that was it. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for him. Literally, at that time, he was a great friend. So.
How did Omarion find out?
Damn, so Fizz got played. So she was using Fizz as a pawn. Just to get back at her baby father. Fizz, you a sucker, bro.
I think publicly, maybe not. Let me think before I speak.
This shit is crazy.
I don't really remember. I don't know if I said something, or maybe he's seen us. I know he saw us hanging out because we were on blogs together. Mm-hmm. So he saw us hanging out before the show ended up coming out, but he didn't say anything. It wasn't talked about. Like, me and weren't good. We didn't talk.
Y'all weren't on speaking terms.
No, we were not. Okay. Me and him were not good at that time. So, yeah, and they weren't. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, it's interesting. I know what it could look like on the outside world, right? Because, these people grew up together and they were in a band together, but like, people grow apart, and it happens every day where you see people who grew up together and then, like, but it doesn't mean that like they were friends, is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like we were together. No.
Yo, what is she talking about, man? This shit is ill, bro. She's trying to tell us that they weren't friends. This shit is sick, bro. I can't even react to this shit no more. This woman needs therapy, bro. Fellas, take your time out there, bro. Be careful who y'all choose to have kids with. Because the people who suffers the most in these situations, to me, are the kids. Her and Omarion got kids together. She's talking about this situation like it ain't shit, but at the same time, her kids are getting older. I'm pretty sure they might see this podcast. So how do you explain that to your kids? Your actions. But she don't care. It is what it is, man. This right here is just sad, bro. I tell you guys all the time, bro. You can't save a bird. Like, you really can't, bro. No matter how hard you try. As a man, your job is to observe a woman. Don't be fooled by her outer appearance. Pay attention to her spirit. If a woman, because that's one thing a woman can't fake. She can't fake her spirit. She can't fake her energy. She could fake anything else. But pay attention to what matters. This shit is nasty, bro. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm out. If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know. Don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.